Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing a best of one Kaldheim draft. All right, what do we got here? Bloodsky Massacre, so 3 mana. You get a 2/3 Berserker with Menace, and then whenever Berserker attacks, you draw a card and lose a life, and then you get to add red for each Berserker you control. You don't lose mana. This mana has steps and phases in. That's kind of sweet. We could take Vengeful Reaper. It's less color intensive, but this does seem like a strong card for a Berserker deck. Maybe we could wield a Tormentor's Helm. Might be worth a try. I did have success the first time I played with it. It is 2 color off the bat, but it's a powerful effect. You get an evasive creature, kind of fuels itself. Need to be able to make Berserkers work, but otherwise there's Blizzard Brawl, which is legit removal for a snow deck. And a bunch of other stuff that's not really wowing me. It's basically a Vengeful Reaper, Blizzard Brawl, Massacre pack, so I'm fine taking the Massacre. See if Berserkers are something we can pursue. All right, here I don't really like the Way Down. Disciple's not a Berserker. There is a Snow-Covered Swamp I could take. Narfi's pretty legit though. This card is good. I could follow up with that. Tormentor's Helm, it feels a little bit premature to take that. I don't know if we're going to end up 3-color Berserker aggro, but I can take a Narfi here and be pretty happy. I think it's a good card. It's a good Lord effect. It comes back. It does want you to play Snow, which may be an argument to take the Swamp, because Grim Draugr is a Berserker, so it would keep us more in line with this. There's not much Snow in red. I think the Valkyrie is an Angel, or is it? It's not a Berserker too, right? There's no way. It's probably a Cleric or something. Or I could just take the Disciple. But Narfi's strong. We'll take it. See what direction we're supposed to go. Well, we'll find out. It's actually a Wizard. Well, I wasn't expecting that. So, Valkyrie wants to be in the deck with Narfi. Frostbite is cheap removal, however. But it's going to take us off the Narfi plan. But it keeps us with the Bloodsky Massacre. And it's just a solid, cheap removal. But then it definitely makes me wish I'd taken the Snow Swamp. It's okay. There's Jarl of the Forsaken, which isn't a Berserker, but is a good card. I probably am okay taking Frostbite here. If I do the problem is if I do Valkyrie, it keeps us in line. It doesn't really keep us in line with Bloodsky Massacre, honestly. If I take Jarl, it keeps us in both decks. There's a reasonable argument there. It keeps me in both directions, and it's a pretty solid card. All right. I think that's good enough, because then we can go between these two and figure out what we're doing. So I can take another Jarl here. There's Squash, but we don't have Giants yet. There's Provoke the Trolls, but maybe we just go Jarl number 2, stick to the black, kind of see what's coming around, see if we get a good indication of what direction to go. Great Hall is the black-white synergy. Volatile Fjord is on color with our Bloodsky Massacre and Narfi, so actually that's probably the pick. Otherwise, raise the Draugr to get back, I guess, zombies. Yeah, actually, Jarl is really good with Narfi. Let's take the Volatile Fjord. It makes sense with Narfi and technically Bloodsky Massacre. Actually, I probably wanted that. Well, Basalt Ravager would have been, yeah, probably better for the Berserker plan if we do end up Berserkers. Here we can take Grim Draugr. Once again, it kind of works for both decks. Otherwise, there's a Snow Mountain and an Elderfang Disciple, but we'll take the Grim Draugr. I'm liking sticking to black. That works for both decks for now. So I can take the Raise the Draugr. We've got basically all zombies. There's an Arcanist here, and a Village Rites, which I actually think is okay in some decks, and a Pilfering Hawk, which is all right, but let's take Raise the Draugr. So, might just... I like Skull Raid, but maybe we take the Bog Strider and start to go deeper down the Narfi path. Although, there's still a chance we end up in more of a Berserker plan. Otherwise, I actually do like Skull Raid quite a bit. Can be a Divination, can be a Mind Rot, can be a combination, has Foretell. Alright, I'm going Skull Raid. I've had good experiences with it. Here we can take Tormentor's Helm, because I'm not going to play Dogged Pursuit. Actually, I guess we can take the pick. It leaves us more open to both plans. All right. Snow Swamp came back. Well, that's excellent. That's really nice. So now we've got some snow incentive too. And I kind of am feeling Narfi more than the Blood Sky Massacre, just because it comes back. We already have a couple snow lands. We've got like basically all zombies. All zombies and snow currently, which is perfect. Well, a lot of red came back here. So maybe the Berserker to get back into the possible Berserker plan still. Otherwise, the Tormentor's Helm. But I guess if we have the Massacre, the Breakneck Berserker probably makes more sense. Could take Provoke and Squash. Can take the Priest, though. It gets pumped with Narfi. It's a zombie, not that that's super relevant. It's better if we get a bunch of snow. Can be removal. Can wear equipment. If we have Jarl, it's actually a pretty good blocker with Narfi out. I don't know. I guess it's okay. I don't necessarily know if this is the right deck for it, but we still are kind of going a couple different directions, and hopefully we can figure this deck out. Well, we'll take Dogged Pursuit to cut the black. Otherwise, we could take the Intruder, but that's all right. Dual Strike, I guess we'll cut red. Back and forth, back and forth. We only got one actual blue card, whereas we did get three red cards, two of which were fairly late. There was like 3 red cards remaining in this pack, so could be the direction we want. Last pick black card is good. I think that means we adequately cut black. So Rune of Speed and a Faithful, which is an Elf Cleric. Doesn't really work with Narfi, though you can mill Narfi and get it back. Blessing of Frost I like a lot, but not sure we're going to be able to splash that. We do have a lot of 3-power guys to help that happen, though. This might just be a bit of a miss. We can take the Rune of Speed. It's probably what we want if we do end up in red, because you can stick it on a pick or some other equipment, and then those creatures get buffed and get haste. Can be good. All right. Decent chance we end up on the Berserker path, although we only have the Breakneck and the Grim Draugr as actual Berserkers, besides the Blood Sky Massacre right now, which isn't great. Wow, Coma looks like a fun card to play. 7-drop, 6/6, can't be countered. Spit out 3/3s. Tap permanents or make them indestructible. I mean, that's a tough card to beat. Otherwise, Berserker, 2-drop Berserkers. I mean, if we're going to do the Berserker plan, we probably want this. But at the same time, maybe we try out the runes. I mean, we can draw cards off of them. These are important. These are Berserkers as well. Let's just take the runes, tactically see if we can get that with good equipment. I think taking a Berserker here would be fine too, but we'll try out the runes. So way down I don't really like. Candlemaster's not bad. Wait, what do you do? Wait, isn't this card really strong? The non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile it with an ice counter, and then you can cast spells from among cards and exile your opponent's own with ice counters on them. It's a pretty awesome card. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. We're going to take that. It's also a 4-mana 4/4, which is pretty sweet. Not a Berserker, but that is perfectly okay. There's a Firewalker I'd want in here too, which is also good. So here's a Berserker. We could take the Feed the Serpent. We have 7 creatures currently, and Narfi is probably not going to get play. Neither is Dogged Pursuit, probably. So I could take the Liberator. I could assume I'm going to find enough creatures and just take the Feed the Serpent. Or I can just take the Berserker now because it's got good synergy with the Massacre. What's our removal, though? Because I don't think Priest is likely to make the deck. I guess this is a creature, technically, so really we have like 7. Or less than that. What else? Did I take out the wrong creature? Yeah, we're creature light, to say the least. But we actually don't have that much removal either, oddly. I'm going to take Feed the Serpent and hope we can find enough creatures. If we can't, we're probably in some trouble. So Cavalry is a Berserker. We probably take that here. Otherwise, I could take the Skull Cairn and hope for some wheels. but it's probably a little bit too ambitious since we're almost halfway through pack 2 and we have like 5 creatures, 6 creatures. Should I just risk it anyway? Probably not. Let's take the cavalry. So we can take the Deathknell Berserker now, which is good. It's a Berserker. Where's Runewell? Where's Pickwell? Seems fine. So, can take Faithful, can take Raider's Carve. Raider's Carve can wear a Rune of Speed, but giving it haste is kind of irrelevant. Guess we take the Faithful in case some creature light. It's got lifelink. Take another Berserker, can take a pick. This is a coward. Probably take the Berserker, get another 2-drop. Hopefully find another pick at some point, like here. Take it over a Faithful. We don't need the squash. 2 picks with 2 runes and 3 Berserkers seems pretty good. Could take the Run Amok, but I'm going to go deep on the Berserkers now that we've got a couple of those. I don't really like Way Down in general. We need more creatures anyway. Candlemaster's probably better than the mob. Probably. I think the argument could go either way on that. Don't have giants, but I guess I'll take squash. I don't think it's going to make the deck. We already have village rights. I don't know if we're playing the first one anymore. I don't know if we're doing dual strike either. Probably cutting this. Probably cutting these two. Can keep the snowlands because we have the Grim Draugr. Got the picks, which actually look good in here with 3 Deathknell Berserkers and 2 Runes of Speed, so that's cool. Guess we can take this. Dread Rider we don't need. So pack 3, we're actually looking pretty good. I think we picked up a good amount of creatures that pack. We did. Bunch of blue stuff in here. Don't really need any of this. I guess we can first pick a Run Amok. It's not very good, but it's a strong card, but we're obviously far away from that. We can take Run Amok. It's a good combat trick. I don't really want an Infernal Pet in here. And Run Amok is at least good with our Berserkers too. Yeah, you know what? We'll take it. It's a good card for aggro. This is probably the only archetype that really wants it. Can do Demonic Gifts. Can take another Snow Swamp. Probably take the Snow Swamp. I wish we actually had some more snow synergies. I guess we do. We have the Necromancer and the Draugr. That's probably good enough. It doesn't cost us anything to play Snow Swamps. Bottle Fjord is a little more costly, seeing as it's a tap land, but we'll take the Snow Swamp, be happy. So we can take Bloodsky Berserker. It is a 2-drop Berserker. I think I almost like Firewalker more. Like, this card is cool. It's better for the black-white Berserker deck, whereas the Boast is relevant. Could take the Frostbite. We need 4 more creatures. There's a pretty good chance we can get 4 creatures for this deck. And actually, we only need 3 more creatures because this is a creature too. All right, I'm going to take the Frostbite over the Firewalker. Get cheap removal. Can take the Skull Raid. Can take another pick. I don't think we need that. Probably take the Reinforcements here. It makes the most sense. Another creature. Where's our equipment? Well, all right. Now I'll take the Firewalker over the Jarl and the pick, and happy about that because I really do like the Firewalker a lot. All right, easy Skull Cairn here. There's also a Skull Raid and a Berserker in here. Technically, we only need 1 more creature. Skull Cairn's a free card. I think we'll just take it. All right, we got a Berserker anyway, or we could take the Grim Draugr. With 2 picks and 2 Runes of Speed, how much do I like the Berserkers in here? We also have Run Amok. We don't have any other real ways to pump it, but you can never have enough 2-drops in these decks. Could take the Raven Wings too. That's actually pretty sweet with Rune of Speed. But we probably want to upgrade Faithful too. You know what? I'm actually going to speculatively take Raven Wings just because Evasion with haste is really appealing to me. Immediately get another one. I guess we can take the Jarl. Jarl's actually fine in here too. I probably like it more than whatever the Faithful. I don't really need the Faithful. Guess none of these matter. It's not a sideboard. We're playing best of 1, so we're not going to sideboard. Jarl, I feel like is okay in here just because we can constantly attack and at least finish off whatever we're attacking into. So we're at 14 creatures, right? Could be 15 if we really needed to. Demonic Gifts is playable. It's good with the Berserker. It's actually really good with the Berserker. Berserker dies, right? Yep, because it doesn't make it indestructible. It makes it so it dies, you get a 2/2, and then... So Demonic Gifts, arguably better than Run Amok with the triple Deathknell Berserker deck. Don't need the Priest, don't need the Squash, don't need any of this. Take a Skull Raid here, I just like it. Craven Hulk here, probably not good enough for the deck. Although 4 mana 4/4 is not bad, but sadly it's a coward. And all right, we got second to last pick Deathknell Berserker, which is great for our deck. So, wow, just last pick card that's gonna make our deck. I like it. I like it. Well, how do we want to build this sweet, sweet deck? So, is this 17 lands? 8 plus 9. Yep, 17. So we only need to make 5 cuts. And how many creatures do we get? 16. So we can cut 1 creature probably. And it might be a Jarl just because it's one of the few non-Berserkers we have in here. Even though I like Jarl quite a bit. I could see the argument for not needing to run 3. Then we have to cut. So at that point we need to cut non-creature stuff. But remember, it says 13, but really we're at 15 because of Massacre and Dwarven Reinforcements. So we can cut a pick. Probably 2 equipment, I'm good. Keep the runes. Maybe Run Amok versus Demonic Gifts. One of those should probably go. How many Berserkers do I actually have? I have 10 Berserkers. So there's a good chance the Raise the Draugr is good value for us. So maybe I cut the Run Amok with 5 Berserkers. I feel like that makes more sense. Maybe I end up cutting the Raise the Draugr anyway. I feel like it's tough. I feel like our game plan is a little bit too... Our game plan is a little bit too crazy to... try to fit in the Raise the Draugr. Like, I want to keep these runes with our equipment because I feel like that's good, especially with 5 Berserkers. I need to cut another non-creature. It might have to be a Skull Raid. I actually really like Skull Raid, but we need to keep all of our creatures around, and that, to me, sort of makes sense. This is a cool deck. I think it's a good deck. I personally like it. Let's check out our mana base first. So more black than red, and we currently have 9 black, 8 red. So I guess that is correct. Yeah. All right. Okay. Berserker beats. Some cool looking stuff here. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right. Well, this is a keep. Be nice to draw a black here. But if we don't, we still can foretell this. All right, we got what we needed, and the beauty is we've got that Demonic Gifts too, so we can even go Demonic Gifts. We can attack. I guess that's a little bit tougher with the Breakneck Berserker. It's going to give us some choices, but that's okay. So we can attack, and then they probably... Maybe not block, we'll see. We'll attack, see if they block. If they don't, we'll do the Dwarven Reinforcements. That's good news for us, so we'll do this. Alright. Gotta be sad when Brine Barrow Intruder gets you, but there you are. There you go. There you have it. Alright. Take 3. Always sad when Brine Barrow Intruder is a blowout. Alright, so we have a Frostbite, which currently doesn't do that much, so I guess we'll just Dwarven Reinforcements and pass. Well, let's see. So, guess we double block. I don't want to, but we'll do it. I mean, it's an excellent trade for us, so. We traded our 2-drop for their 4-drop. Let's say that worked out okay. Well, Jarl's a good draw, so that's cool. Alright, they can take it. We'll go Berserker. And then we'll Jarl here. Alright. Feel as if it's GG's now, so. Took entirely too much damage. Got a Berserker that we can't even pump. They've got a Yeti that can go unblockable. We're at 5 health. I think this one is done. So we go block 3 things. I need to keep the Frostbite in case we find an answer for the Yeti. I guess I can... Actually, that does work. we'll see for game 2 here. Yeah, we can keep this. We can go Berserker into Massacre. Seems pretty good. Well, I suppose we'll offer up the trade here. It's not exactly what I want to do, but we'll do it. I'm going to still do this. Mostly because we can draw a card off of it. Potentially. Well, yeah, I suppose this is the smartest way to do it. So we'll get 2 extra mana for that, so we'll be at 7 with a land drop, which would let us basically, I guess, do a few things. Now I probably just Skull Raid plus Grim Draugr is my assumption, because we get to draw off of this too, so it gives us some more information. Plus it gets rid of their last card, which is possibly relevant. All right, we'll take the Snowland so I can play the Draugr. We'll get in. So we've got a couple Menace dudes now, and a Berserker that if it dies isn't that big of a deal. So why don't we give this Menace and play a land and get in. Yeah, this I think is going to work well for us, so do that. All right. So we can go Skull Cairn, Raven Wings. And that should be lethal. All right. We'll see you for the next one. All right, it's a keep. Got both colors. We can go Skull Raid into Firewalker. Seems pretty good. We don't have the double black for the Feed the Serpent, but that's all right. I do like the Firewalker a lot. I think it's a good card. Yeah, the Boast on Firewalker is so much better than the Grotag Night Runner. in Zendikar Rising. Oh, that's cool. Well, I guess now we can do Feed the Serpent, so that's cool. Yeah, Berserker, turn late, but it's not a huge deal. Oh, well, I'm going to attack and boast then. Not the best boast. Because you can't foretell it. Has to be in your hand, but that's okay. We'll do the Berserker. Sure. Alright. I guess we're in quite a bit of trouble now. Oof. Alright. We're in huge trouble now. I take it back. Huge trouble now. We were just one boast away from getting some good value. Just one. So, out of gas. Have a 2/2 that needs to be pumped to do anything. And then a Skull Raid and Foretell. Not liking our chances here. So I guess we can do the Rune. Because it draws us a card. And then we'll Skull Raid our opponent. Opponent just discards gas. It's not a good sign. I guess so. It's going to be tough to beat. No attacks. Well, that's unexpected. I can't remember if we have reasons to sandbag lands other than making our opponent think we have something. I mean, struggle for Skimfar gets us regardless of whether I put the Raven Wings on there or not. No attacks. Well, it's unexpected. Maybe if I draw removal for Old Growth Troll. Grip Jogger, huh? So you take up to 9. Oh, let's see. So I probably have to kill the 5/5 here. Do I have a Feed the Serpent in here somewhere? That'd be cool. Oh, nope, already used it. It's got Death Touch and Trample, so might as well just block with 1. Oh wait, was I at 7? I can't remember. Don't think it really matters. So I think I'm gonna bring in another pickaxe in game 3. With 5 Berserkers, I probably should have done that in the first place. I think that would have been smarter. I'm just gonna concede. There's no way to win this, so we'll just swap. Maybe there's a way to win that. I don't see it. I don't really feel like patiently waiting to find out. We're gonna swap out something for a pick once this loads. I think we'll probably ditch the Skull Raid as much as I like it. Probably need to ditch it. So we'll ditch the Skull Raid. We'll bring in the pick, and that way we'll have 3 equipment. Hopefully it works better. Do I want another Jarl? Nah, this is good. Alright, it's a keep. Got the Raven Wings, I suppose, for the Deathknell Berserker. Rune of Speed is actually kind of cool. So we can go, I guess, Raven Wings here. So that's good. We can go Rune of Speed on Raven Wings. I don't have to either. Can also equip Raven Wings, get in for 3. Foretell this. That might long-term strat be a little bit better. So I guess we'll ditch. Do this. Probably keeping that back. Maybe keep the Kennel Master, I think. It's our biggest threat. The Rune of Speed is good on the Raven Wings, but I don't think we need it. So we can probably do the Kennel Master here, I guess. Best use of mana, at least. In for 4. I personally like Skull Raid, so I kind of get that. They can double block my Kennel Master here, though, so I wonder if it's better to just go get in for 5. I mean, I can play both of these. Probably just get in for 3 then. Let's get in for 3 and jam both of these. So now we've got a lot of creatures on board, which is good. They had another Mass Vandal, unfortunately for us, but I guess fortunately for us, they didn't actually have a creature in the yard, so that's nice. So they got to keep the mana up to pump the Mistwalker. And I guess they just didn't want to mess with it. So we'll see for the next one. Alright, this is a good hand. Can do Cavalry into Massacre. Or Cavalry into Firewalker into Massacre. Might make more sense to do the Massacre first. Because I feel like... I mean, I could go either way on that, actually. This is actually a good opportunity to do the Massacre. Because I can give it haste. And it's got Menace. And next turn I can go Firewalker. Technically I can haste and boast it. But there's nothing we could play off of it. Because we'd be tapped out. That's actually okay by me. Ooh, Kennel Master's a good draw too. Let's do the... I guess the Firewalker, but it doesn't matter really. They're gonna block it anyway, so I'd probably just get in with these two and actually I guess we just get in with this. And next turn I can do Kennel Master, or I can go for the Boast play plus a Berserker. More advantage out of doing that. We'll see what they play though. The Sagas are kind of an example of why enchantment removal is a little bit less good in this format. Not that that's a big deal. Yeah, I think we're just going to jam a Kennel Master here. Give it haste. They can't kill it anyway, so yeah. We give these two, give it haste, and get in. The blocks do not look very good. Thing is indestructible, so it's got menace, so they can't really do that. They're willing to throw their Grim Draugr away, that's cool. Otherwise they have to take 11 damage, which is a lot. Next turn we can boast. Alright, we'll see for the next one. Alright, it's a keep. It's the first time I've seen the Necromancer in this draft. We get to go Berserker into Firewalker, which is good. Maybe if we rip a land, we can even get the Raven Wings online the following turn. If we get a Snow land, we're looking even better. We don't even need the... Yeah. The sick thing is we don't even need the Snow land to cast the spells with Draugr Necromancer. It's just a very, very strong card. Alright, that was a good rip. Let's go Firewalker here. And we'll attack. Probably just slamming a Necromancer next turn, particularly if they play stuff we can trade with. Well, it's not exactly what I had in mind. We probably still just go ahead and attack with both. I'm willing to trade off my... Wow. They don't even want to do it, huh? So they can Skimfar our Necromancer and kill it. Then I guess I probably feed the Serpent on their Shapeshifter. After they fight it. And then we can get in for another 5, which isn't too bad. Oh, they had 2 fight spells? Man. Well, everything looked great right up until that point. Could handle the first fight. Couldn't handle the second one. Ended up going 3-3. Thought the deck was kind of whatever. Nothing amazing. Nothing special. Happy enough to get 3 wins with it. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you for the next one.